Hi everybody, it's Gabby here today. So last night I was live streaming to, you know, de-stress. And I was coloring and it was super fun because y'all were asking me questions and I was like, yo, hold up. Let's do a video. So I wanted to do a video where I was just relaxing, coloring. I figured that it might also be somewhat relaxing for you guys because it's so peaceful. Someone outside? I'm sitting in the dark, but I have lights on around me, just not directly on me. And the light of the camera is kind of lighting my way up in here, so. So let me pull up the questions and we'll get to, you know, coloring and answering. Okay. So I started this yesterday, so she's already got some colors going on. First question, what is a relationship deal breaker for you? Being a human being. A relationship deal breaker for me is someone that only talks about themselves. I can't stand when like everything links to themselves. Say I'm like, you know, I didn't have the best day. And then they'd be like, yeah, me either. Like, I was totally like, no, ask me what was wrong about my day. Like, the freak. I'm a Leo, so it definitely helps when like people give me time to talk about myself. You know, and you need to be able to talk and listen. And I just can't stand when someone only does one of those things. What's another deal breaker? I'm like super picky, guys. Like, I'm super picky. So there's more deal breakers than deal makers, if you will. So I won't go too in depth about that, but that's the first one that comes to my brain. Next question. Why are you so pretty? No. Why are you so pretty? Do you have your eye on somebody right now? Probably. Highly likely. What is your favorite song right now? Let me pull one up. Hey. To quit, 'cause you deserve better. You deserve the world. Trying to make my head hurt, but I wish you were my girl. What is your type? Physically? I would say the only type physically that I have is usually brunette hair. I've kissed one blonde person. A weird thing is that my type is someone older than me. And not just like a couple years, like a couple, 5 to 10. I just really like to be taken care of. Like, I'm just a little girl. Like, I just want someone to love me and hold me and like just take care of me. Like, they don't have to like buy me stuff. I like to feel cared for. And yeah, so that's one of the top things I look for. I'm into when people are really into me. Like, I love that. When someone's like, not obsessed with you in a weird way, but when you can tell that they like you. They're not afraid to double text you or like share what they're thinking about you. I will admit that I'm super hard to be in a relationship with or not to be in a relationship with. I'm one of those people that doesn't know what they want. I never know what I want. I'm never sure. I'm always confused. And one day I might be in love, the next I might be like, I don't know about that whole idea. And I understand that's a very unattractive trait and I like fully accept that. Do you have any regrets? I don't like having regrets because I like to think that everything I do and have done is for a reason. There are some things that would make my life easier, which I will list a few. I don't know necessarily if I regret it or I would just have rather it not happen, but here, one second. I think that if I would have gone to the school that I'm going to right now, that I would still be playing basketball right now. I don't know if I want that. or not. It's just like the first school I went to completely ruined basketball for me. It would be nice to be a part of a team, but I also have done so much more after not playing basketball. Like, I've made so much money working and doing my job. I work out on my own. I just have more time for stuff I enjoy. So I don't know if I completely regret that. I just know that things would be 10 times different if I would have started off at this school that I currently go to. My really bad relationship would probably be the closest to saying that I do regret that. For the longest time I denied it and said that it taught me a lot of things about love and stuff, but I do think it taught me the wrong ideals. I don't look at love the right way, and I don't look for the right characteristics in people because I was so screwed over the first time, and that's my only image of what love has really been. So when someone treats me really nice, yeah, I like it, but like, where are the fights? That's what I'm used to. Like, the fights in my one relationship made me feel like we were fighting for each other, not against each other, but in reality we were fighting all the time about stuff that we shouldn't have been fighting about. Like, looking back now, I just really wish I wouldn't have gotten into that relationship. Yeah, I did learn a lot, and I do think that I'm very strong because of it, but it makes me look for the wrong thing in relationships, and that really scares me. There were so many emotions thrown into that relationship, and it was my first relationship, and I thought that's how relationships were supposed to be. You still got a boy toy? Do you think some people are meant or destined to be single forever? I think certain people are meant to be single forever. But I do believe that if you have the desire to be with someone, then you will eventually find someone, if that makes sense. I think that some people are super good at being on their own. I have a friend from my old college, and she's so good at being on her own. And she's not looking for a relationship, and she doesn't need that. What she sees in her future is not a relationship or a marriage with someone. And I think that if you are meant to be single your entire life, you won't long to be in a relationship, so it won't be sad, you know? Like, it won't be like, aw, like, I can't find anyone. It'll be like, yeah, it's not really my thing. That's just my thoughts. Like, obviously, I don't know everything. I mean, I do know everything during fights, but not in the everyday thing. If you're in love with a person, then are you the first one to ask them on a date, or are they the first? So obviously I'm not in love right away, but I think you mean just like if you start to like someone, are you the first one to say anything? Or is it the other way around? I will be real and I will be cocky for a minute. If I am into someone, I usually get them to like me, but I'm never the first to be like, yeah, I'm in love with you. I'm not usually the one to ask people on dates. It's usually the other way around. My best friend has a crush on my brother and is asking me for advice, but the truth is that I have a crush on her. What should I do? I'm a girl, by the way, for anyone who doesn't know. I want to tell her, but I don't want to get rejected or hurt. I don't think she has dated a girl before, but she has said she would. I'm just afraid of getting hurt and messing up the friendship. So thank you, Gabby. You have helped me so much before, and you're a great friend. You're welcome. I love you. Dang. Whew. That one gave me a little bit of anxiety there, sis. If I had a friend and they said that they were in love with my sister, oof, I don't know what I would do. But from an outsider's perspective, girl, I wouldn't act on your feelings towards her, because in the end, she's attracted to your brother. That might not ever disappear. So she could literally be with you, and then she goes over to your house and she'll be like, yeah. And we don't like that at all. If I were in your position, I would tell her that it made me uncomfortable that she liked my brother and that I'd rather not talk about it, and that she should probably move on because nothing would come from it. Have I ever dealt with depression? I have not. I think that I've had days where I've felt depressed or times in my life where I've been very sad, but I don't think I would go as far as saying that I have depression. The thing I like to do is pretend that I don't have feelings instead of just letting myself be sad, which is good and bad because you need to let your feelings out every once in a while, and the fact that I hold them back so much, some days are really bad because they will all come out at once, like yesterday. I don't know really exactly what I do, and I don't think just it's a solution. I'm not saying this is a solution because I wouldn't say it's a super healthy thing I do. I don't allow myself to be sad. Like, say that I feel myself getting sad, then I'm like, you know, I better go work out, or I better go read a book, or I better do something before this hits me because, honey, I don't want to be sad. Another thing I like to do that would not recommend is always putting it off and blaming my period. Here's a cool thing about me. I haven't had my period in 3 months. No worries, it's just because I've been stressed out about school and stuff like that. No worries. No worries. These past 3 months, whenever I've been sad, I just literally am like, it's because it's my period, it's coming. And like literally my period hasn't come, but like I be acting like it's my period, you know? Sis, your period never came. How do you stay blaming your period for that long? Because I don't like to admit when I'm sad. I barely ever outwardly say that I'm sad because that means that I'm actually sad. Like saying it out loud, it's like writing something down, that means those feelings are real. And I know that's not valid or true. Like, even if you don't say something, you can still feel something. Have you ever questioned your sexuality? What was the question? I lost it. I'll just go to the top. Consequences orchestra or the original? I'd go with the orchestra because honestly it doesn't sound that much different, but it does have that just extra touch in the background. And we love that, you know, like we really do stand that. Last but not least, what is your biggest fear? My irrational fear is the dark. I'm scared of the dark. I sleep with the TV on. I don't like being in the dark. Like, this is the closest I will be to being in the dark. I have lights really close to me. I know it looks super dark, but it's not. A more rational fear of mine is getting cancer or getting super sick. The thought of that is terrifying. Like, a debilitating disease really scares me. You see your body deteriorate, and that's terrifying. I'm also scared of like being alone, being in a relationship where I don't feel fulfilled or the other person doesn't feel fulfilled. Like, I want to have a marriage where we both feel the exact same thing, and I just don't honestly feel like that's possible. I always feel like there's one person invested more than the other person, and honestly either side is not great. And I know you don't have to spend forever with anyone, but when I think of marriage, that's what I want. Guys, thank you so much. This is where I'm at so far. I think she looks great, don't you? Thank you guys all for your amazing questions. Like, you exceeded my expectations. Like, you asked me some great questions. Make sure you hit that subscribe button. If you like this style of video, make sure to comment that you want more like this. I'll see you next time. I love you. Bye now.